Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Wow, do I feel like this video has needed to be done and I'm actually so excited to do it. I don't know if this is the right way for you guys, but I kind of was like trying to structure, I'm like, how should I present this? I want to make sure I'm touching on every note. But your girl's really just gonna speak from the heart of like how it all started for me and how I got to where I am now. And then I also asked you guys to ask any questions, so I will do a Q&A towards the end of like what questions you guys ask, because I imagine everyone's journey is different, so I want to try and answer some of the main questions. I am praying you cannot hear that lawnmower. I just feel like I always film when there's a gardener out, but it's all good. I do want to disclaimer at the beginning of this video that obviously I am a fitness trainer. I am a certified personal trainer, but I am not a certified nutritionist or overall health coach. If you guys are new here or have been on here, I love to share tips and tricks and daily habits and really just my overall lifestyle that makes me be a better person and feel like a better person. So that's kind of what I'm gonna walk you guys through. I feel like one of the biggest questions I get asked is where I'm at now in my journey. Is that how it started for me? And I want to make everyone at the beginning of this video feel so comfortable that where I am now is absolutely not where I started. Absolutely not. So I just want to preference that first. So I grew up in a family who was super health and wellness focused. My dad probably kill me, but I'm going to pop a photo up of him here. He's like, you know, he works out, you know? And then my mom was like a Pilates instructor when she was younger. She doesn't really talk about it that much, but she's in really good shape. And then honestly, now looking at it, a lot of my family is in the health and wellness space. So I definitely think that was really ingrained in me at a young age, but I don't think I recognized it until I was older. I mean, I was always super active in like dance. I was in cheerleading, things of that sort, and my whole family was in sports. As far as like food as well, my mom was really big on home cooked meals. But back in the day, I mean, I was eating everything, and like my mom was using butter, I was having dairy, I was having gluten, all the things. But she definitely was on the healthier side for sure. But after dance class, my mom would definitely take us to McDonald's, and we had a really good balance. We couldn't have like soda in the house, things of that sort. So I kind of understood a little bit of like what's healthy and what's not. So then I definitely would try and like grab it at friend's house because I was like, you have soda, you have sugary snacks, I'm here for it. So I think my family did a really good job of sharing that balance. Almost it was like a treat kind of thing. And then having at-home cooked meals was really, really important. I did have a trainer when I was in high school, but that I think was really, it wasn't like I was going every single day. I was going like once or twice a week, and as like being in high school, I would miss and my dad would get so mad. I think they were just trying to teach me how to take care of yourself, what it feels like to take care of yourself, what it feels like to show up on time somewhere. I think they were trying to teach me something bigger than like, hey, you need to go work with this trainer. And I also was really interested in it. I did like think it was super cool and wanted to know more. At that time, I didn't have social media. When I was a senior, Instagram came out. So I wouldn't say I was huge into comparing until social media kind of came through. So I think I truly had a really healthy like relationship with myself in high school. That's to say, like obviously I went through normal high school things, but I didn't have what is now. So then when I left high school, that's when I decided it was like kind of my job to choose my journey, right? Like it was my job to, if I wanted to continue working out, it was my job to cook meals now like moving to LA and living on my own. And when I did move out here, I did immediately get a trainer just because I did love that feeling, but it was like 2 times a week. And then those other days I actually tried a lot of workout classes. That was a huge thing for me to meet people, really was why I was doing that, because I wanted to meet friends. I didn't know anybody. So I thought like, okay, workout classes is probably a good spot. The food part was funny because I think I definitely cooked home meals, but they were not good. Like, I did not know how to cook, but they were on the healthier sides. Besides, I think I ate a lot of like Trader Joe's frozen goods, which I don't do as much now, really at all. But that back in the day, it was like, yeah, heat that thing up in the microwave, let's go. So obviously I think I've shared this story a little bit, but being young in LA, I definitely wasn't eating the best. And then I also was drinking a lot more. I was in my super young 20s, so I was experiencing the city and making new friends, which a lot of that time making new friends meant going to a lot of dinners, going out a lot. Again, this is just my journey. I don't know, that's probably not how everyone makes friends, but that is for me how it was. I was making friends, going out, and I was having a great old time. It was amazing. But I think if you'll see, I'll show you guys a picture, and I want to preference this photo, and I've posted it on my social media before. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the way I looked in this photo. Absolutely nothing wrong. And also a really terrible photo. I was in the shower, at the outdoor shower in Mexico with my family. Somehow this is the image that I found of me in a swimsuit. I actually don't have a lot of pictures of me in a bikini. Back in the day, guys, I was not really into social media, so I actually didn't really like to take pictures. I felt like for me, it just wasn't a thing. But that photo in particular, where I'm at now and the difference. So back in the day, again, looking like that was so fine. It was more of me looking back at that photo shows the way that I feel or I felt about myself. I would say I was a happy person, but I can just tell in this photo that I wasn't feeling amazing because I wasn't really choosing to take care of me. I was ignoring the messages that were being told, and one of them was through my body. It could be through your skin. It could be through saying if you feel like crap all the time, like you have to kind of figure out the messages being said. So with that being said, I really want to talk about the big things that led me to here. Because again, I didn't just all of a sudden get here. There were steps that I would have loved to take sooner in my journey that I hope can help you. One of the steps I wish that I would have taken sooner is setting goals. And why that should have been so important for me is because I kind of was just going through the motions, and then I also was just jumping onto things. So for instance, when I did decide I'm kind of feeling blah and not so great, like I really do want to start taking care of my body, taking care of my mind, I wasn't too understanding to the mind part yet. I started looking outside of myself. So I started looking for other people's content and people that I admired, and I wanted to, look to them for the answers, which is so okay for inspiration. But what was happening is I was reaching for so many other people's content that I was getting lost in what was best for me, what was actually working. Is your goal to lose 30 pounds? Is your goal to eat 4 home-cooked meals a week? Is your goal to learn how to cook? Like, I think it's good to understand your goals because it will lead you faster to where you're trying to go. And not faster, but more accurate to where you're trying to go, and also will not allow you to grab onto everything, right? Because there's so much information out there. So number 2, I would also wish I would have done is pick people that were living a similar lifestyle to me, or that I wasn't picking, Jessica, who was like trying to grow the biggest butt in the world, because that wasn't my goal. So I was like trying to eat what Jessica was eating, but Jessica's goal was to grow a butt. Does that make sense? Like, I think that you have to get really clear on what you want and then go to those certain people that are also kind of speaking on what their goals are. So with like where my journey kind of went was when I decided to really look at my eating habits, because I think I was already working out. So I was like, okay, I got my workouts, which I will talk all about that as well, and how I kind of formed, but kind of how I formed my own workouts now. So I really focused on food first. And food, I actually reached out to people like a nutritionist that I knew as a friend, and I sent her a meal plan that someone created, and I was like, hey, does this sit well with you? Like, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So I followed this meal plan, which the nutritionist was like, yeah, this is awesome. And it really was just teaching me like what should be on my plate: protein, fats, vegetables, good carbs, oils, like things that we should actually be eating because it's going to make us feel good. And I think when that switch also hit of, let's not just eat to look good, let's eat to feel good. Oh, it was a game changer for me. It also allowed me to enjoy cooking more. It allowed me to listen to my body more. And I wasn't just grabbing at what everyone else was doing. I was understanding what my body needed. Another huge thing that was helpful for me in the food section is, like I said, when I didn't have a routine, I was eating not really on a schedule. So I was like waiting till 11 to maybe eat my breakfast, but that just kept pushing the day. So then I would end up just making my lunch and dinner into one meal, and it'd be this huge, massive meal. And it didn't feel right. Like, I felt so full and uncomfortable after I did that. It was just never timed out. I didn't know if I was ever drinking enough water, because then I would just be like, oh shoot, I probably should drink some water. And then I would just like, it just was not ideal. So I think for me, this is again how I did it. And with that nutritionist that I found, was I did the 3 meals a day, and then I did 2 snacks. This was a game changer for me. I instantly lost weight pretty quickly, which was crazy because I was eating more, but I was doing it correctly. And again, I wasn't just eating a load of food in one setting. I was actually having like high protein snacks and fueling my body every 2 to 3 hours, that it was like amazing to see that drastically the results. And then also the way that I felt. You guys, I had energy. I like felt good about in my insides. I wasn't bloating. I wasn't not going to the bathroom. Like, it was pretty instant that I saw my body needed that time schedule, and it was so supportive of my changes. So really pay attention there of like, is my body supporting me in what I am choosing to do? I still have to do that now. Now to the workouts. So for my workouts, I, again, was taking lots of classes. A lot of my friends taught 8 yoga, which I actually did really like that, but I don't know. I also like washing your hair so much, I kind of got over it. But that was something I actually did. It must have been like an LA thing because it was really popping here. But I did yoga, then I did like Pilates reformers. I did boxing. I really loved boxing. I did that for a good period. And then I did like weight training with a trainer, so like heavy lifting. And then I would do like a berries, like a circuit class. Meanwhile, I'm doing all of these workouts, plus I kind of am figuring out my eating journey. And I could just tell that the workouts weren't doing what actually maybe they should be doing for my body. And also, I remember I talked to someone and I was like, I just feel beat up. Like, I feel like I'm kind of pushing my body a little bit too much. They said to me, they're like, listen, Sami, some bodies are like a drum and some bodies are like a violin, and maybe yours is a violin. Whatever that means. But really what I took it as is like, again, me trying to be Jessica, who I was like weightlifting and trying to be so heavy in the gym. It just wasn't feeling right for my body. You have to ask yourself, like, do I feel good? Like, after your workout, do you feel fatigued? Do you feel like so sore and uncomfortable? Like, yes, you can feel sore and all these amazing things, but you kind of need to define the difference. So I could tell that I just felt beat up. Like, I just didn't feel great. And so then I was like, okay, I would really love to try doing my own workouts. Again, I grew up with a dad who was in the fitness space, so I knew how to work the gym. And so I started going by myself, and I was just going to the gym. Then I started kind of creating my own routines. I started to see results. I started to feel strong. I remember JT took this picture of me, and I literally like flexed like this. I'll put it here, and I'm flexing, and I just felt strong in my body. And that was a feeling that I really wanted. I wanted to feel strong inside and out. I just felt good. I felt so good. So I started to see that my workouts were giving me the results I wanted. I wanted to be toned. I wanted to be defined. I wanted to not have to go to the gym for 2 hours. I wanted to get my heart rate up, but not by running on the treadmill. So again, I was just taking these little things that I loved and that were working for my body and that I left feeling amazing. And I was like, this is it. This is it. So that's kind of how my workout journey started. And again, that's where I saw the most results, inside and out, my girls. So that is kind of how I got to this place. Now tapping a little bit into my overall wellness journey as well. Once I started seeing that I can create my own life, and what that meant for me was I started finding the people that were giving me positive insight to be able to almost like create this formula for me that worked. So I started doing that even with like my morning routines and journaling and all these things. I started following the people that were sharing their life just like I am now, and these routines were working. And I started taking, okay, I'm going to take that journaling prompt. I'm going to take that music they listen to. I'm going to take that wellness trick, and then I'm going to start consuming educational, podcast and all of these videos to really form my overall journey. Guys, I'm 27 now. This all started when I moved to Los Angeles at 18. So I just really want to preference, this is such a journey. This is not anything that happens overnight. I think nowadays it is happening quicker for people because there is so much like media and things you can reach for, which is amazing, but take it slow. Take it slow. Get to know your body. Ask those questions. The more I asked myself, how do I feel after this specific workout, was the more I got to figure out what worked for me. Because even with your workouts, you do want to slightly enjoy them. Like, the only way we're going to continue to do them is if you slightly enjoy them, So if you're going to a workout class and you're like, Bloody Mary, I hate these, like, maybe try something else. Like, again, I tried a gazillion and I know what works for me. All right, so I'm gonna now answer some questions for you guys that you asked in. How do you know the difference between needing a rest day or just being super lazy and not motivated? I think checking in with yourself is super important for those rest days. Your body needs them, but also to show up for your next workout, your body needs that rest, and also to even grow and tone your muscles, your body needs a beat. You should not be working out that same muscle consistently, if that makes sense. It needs time. How did you or do you get back on track when you go on vacation? This all comes with you having that self-talk, because you are fully going to get out of your routines. And I think it's super important. It was for myself, it still is for myself, to get used to that, because I also don't want to be the person that doesn't want to go do anything because I'm terrified to get out of my routine, right? So I think it's working with the trip. So in your trip, say you're like, okay, my family does not work out, whatever the situation is, my options would be, okay, either I wake up extra early and go get a gym workout while everyone is just rising and shining, or even in my hotel room and just do a quick 20-minute, or I just say let's go on family walks instead and try to get the family to go do a walk. If you have been consistent, you are not just gonna all of a sudden lose everything. Your muscle will bounce back, you will bounce back, it'll be muscle memory, it'll get right back into it. So I think it's also having that self-talk and understanding you will be so okay if you go on a family vacation and you're like, oh, instead I walked every day, but I did try and eat as good as I could, and then I had dessert and 2 meals. Just balance. We're all doing the best we can. We're all living life. So I think the self-talk will help you calm down. How do you handle social pressure? I find that my friends mostly want to drink or eat out. For this specific example, if you're all my friends want to do is this and I want to do this, maybe it's time you find some more friends. Not saying ditch those, it's find some more friends that do want to work out with you on a Saturday, that do want to go try a healthy juice spot. Like, I know for me, I did start to go through that where I had my friends that I was like really rallying with, like I said, in my young 20s. And when I started seeing like, oh, I really want to kind of have a different lifestyle, I started going towards those friends that have a different lifestyle as well that I liked, and I had both, and I just balanced it, and I said no to a lot of things, and if they didn't like it, then that's okay. So I think this is a conversation to have with you, but also don't sell those friends out. Where like, ask them, be like, hey, would you want to, instead of Saturday night, go out and party? Would you want to go do this instead? And see what they say. So I think that it's just like something you have to evaluate with yourself, but also take it as like, I'm growing, and not like you're better than anyone else. You're growing as an individual of who you're supposed to be. I think that's cool. How to find the right workouts and right food plans for you. So I feel like this is all about trial and error. And I think it's about trial and error, but doing it for enough time. You know, if you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna try Sami's workouts for a period of time, I don't think you could be like, okay, I did 2, no results, I think I'm over it. Instead, I would be like, okay, do it for a month. First off, did you enjoy it? Like, asking yourself, like, do you like showing up to those workouts? How did you feel after the workout? Like, asking yourself those questions is how I would continue to put your routine and your lifestyle, your wellness journey together. So after you do something for 30 days or 2 weeks, ask yourself, did I enjoy it? Do I want to continue doing this? Do I feel better after doing these? And does this fit into my lifestyle? Like, ask yourself those questions and then go from there. How do you motivate yourself to work out after not doing it for a long time? So if you've taken a break, or say you've gone on vacation and then you come home and you have to re-motivate yourself to do it, I feel like it's remembering your goals. It's remembering your why. It's remembering that feeling of why you even started this, or remembering that feeling of when you did start it, or when you were on the right track for so long, how good it felt. So I think remembering that feeling and then remembering that goal, like, I'm doing this because I feel amazing, which helps me feel amazing towards my partner. It'll help you like get back into the groove. And I'm telling you, that's so weird. I just literally got that feeling. But when that feeling of like, oh, I really don't want to go do it. But once you do it, and then you consistently do it, it's almost like the car's driving and you're just like continuing to like make those stops. Those analogies are unreal. But you guys get what I mean. It's like, once you're really in it, then it's like you're just in it. And if you fall off, it's so good because you're going to remember the feeling of why you even started and the feeling of being in it. There's nothing like it. And that is the reason I continue to do this, is because when I do my morning routine, when I work out, when I eat right, I never feel any better than those moments. I feel so good. I feel so proud of myself. I feel connected to myself. And I also have this like feeling like my body is there for me because I'm being there for it, because I'm listening. So it's like we're working together. Well, you guys, I hope that helped. I really, everyone's story and journey is so different, and I'm so excited for yours too. And I think just continuing to ask yourself, do you like this? Does this feel good for you? Like, start having those conversations. I think it's something that was a game changer for me. And if it feels funny asking those ones, then just pay attention to how you feel. If it feels funny asking those questions, then pay attention to how you feel then. At least like pay attention after a workout, how you feel after that specific workout. Pay attention after you meditate, how you feel. And that'll help you understand what you want more of and what you want less of. I hope you enjoyed this video. For those who do not know, my new platform, Form, is out now, and it has workouts on it, and it's going to have new released workouts every single week. So I hope to keep you guys always feeling like you're doing something new and exciting. But again, it's once you get into that routine and have that consistency and also have that place to go to where it's all set up for you. I also do think that was a huge game changer in my routine. Instead of like trying to grasp all these different workouts, it was like I knew where to go. I had it set up in my calendar. It was like literally what I used to do is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like I had it written out, and if it was a video, I had the link ready to go. And I think it's super, super helpful. So that's what I'm trying to do with Form for you guys. I'll link it below if you wanted to check it out. There's a 7-day free trial. Also, there's 50% on the annual right now. That was really important to me. So that is on there, but only for a little bit of time. And then again, the vision with Form is endless, to answer all of these questions to one day be on the website, soon to be app as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. As always, make sure to write in below what video you guys would like to see next. And your girl is out. I've always loved helping people to feel their best, but I haven't had a place where it was my own for my community. This platform is for everyone, wherever they're at in their wellness journey. Going to look at new places for my new platform.
That's